For generations. A college degree was it. It was the golden ticket, right? The one unquestioned path to a stable career, a better life. But what if that promise is broken? In this new age of AI, we are facing a massive question. Is that diploma, that piece of paper, actually losing its value? Let's get into it.
Meet Michael Matthias. He did everything right. He graduated from a great school, Villanova, totally ready to take on the world. But instead of a flood of job offers, he hit a brick wall. A job market that left him feeling, in his own words, just demoralizing. And his story? Well, it isn't just his. It's a snapshot of a huge shift that's happening right now. And yeah, Michael's definitely not alone. You might hear that the overall job market is strong, but if you zoom in on young workers, you see a totally different and kind of worrying picture. The unemployment rate for this group is climbing, hitting 10.4% recently. Now, this isn't just a blip. It's a huge red flag that the path for new graduates is getting a whole lot steeper.
So what in the world is going on here? Well, what we're seeing is the breakdown of a core promise that our society has made for decades. It's what a lot of people are starting to call the broken promise.
Think about this. For the first time in recent memory, that piece of paper, that diploma you worked so hard for, is no longer a guarantee. It's no longer a reliable ticket into a professional career. And we're not just talking about a tough job market here. This is a fundamental change in the actual value of the degree itself.
The writer John Edwin really nails the scale of this problem. He says that the entire pathway we've all relied on for social and economic mobility is facing an extinction-level event. So, what's the giant asteroid in this story?
You guessed it. The force behind this massive change is, of course, artificial intelligence. And it's not just some new fancy tool, it's completely rewriting the rules of the game for both education and the job market.
And here's exactly how the game has changed. In the past, hiring was degree first. Your diploma was the proof. It said, hey, I'm competent. But now, employers are flipping the script to a skills-first model. They don't just want to know that you learned something, they demand you prove what you can actually do.
And this new way of thinking has a name: skills-first hiring. It basically means that your portfolio, your work samples, the abilities you can actually show off, that stuff matters way more than your GPA. And get this, AI itself is often the tool employers are using to figure out if you have those skills.
And this isn't some far-off future prediction. The effects are hitting right now. AI is automating a ton of routine tasks, which is wiping out some traditional entry-level jobs. Companies are asking for work samples instead of just transcripts. And more, they're demanding that any new person they hire knows how to use AI.
You want to know how fast this is happening? Just look at this number. According to data from Handshake, job postings for entry-level roles that list AI skills as a requirement have gone up 5-fold since just 2023. 5 times. That's not evolution, my friends. That is a full-blown revolution.
So, okay, if the job market is getting a total makeover, what on earth does that mean for the institutions that are supposed to prepare students for it? Well, it puts the university itself directly under threat.
The analyst Dr. Know-It-All has this perfect analogy for it. He says universities are like massive aircraft carriers. They're incredibly powerful, sure, but they are unbelievably slow to turn. And when you're facing a disruption that moves as fast as AI, that inability to adapt quickly, well, it could be fatal. And this is a crisis on 2 fronts, because while the value of that degree is being seriously questioned, its cost has absolutely exploded. It's up 1,200% since 1980. So students are being asked to pay way more for something that promises a much smaller return. The math just isn't adding up. This whole situation reveals the university's incredibly fragile economic model. So think about it like this. Colleges make huge profits from those giant 1,000-person introductory courses, and they use that money to pay for all the smaller, specialized classes and the expensive research. But here's the problem. Those big intro courses are the easiest things in the world to replace with cheap, super effective personalized AI tutors. If you pull that financial foundation out, the entire university structure could start to crumble.
And the potential domino effect is, well, it's staggering. The first-order consequences are immediate: a faculty crisis, a funding collapse. That then leads to the second order. The rich, elite universities get richer, while hundreds of other schools could fail. And that leads to the third order: huge societal impacts like the economic collapse of college towns and a serious shortage of experts in really important fields. Okay, so that is a pretty bleak picture. I get it. But this disruption isn't just a threat. It's also a massive opportunity to reinvent everything. So the real question is, how are people and institutions starting to adapt to this new future?
This quote from the provost at Ohio State really shows the mindset shift that's needed. The smart leaders out there are moving past just being afraid of cheating. They're starting to ask, hey, wait a minute, how can we actually use this AI stuff to make learning better?
And some schools are already making big moves. Ohio State is launching a huge AI fluency initiative for every single undergrad. Other universities are shifting to project-based learning and trying out new ways to test students that actually use AI instead of just banning it. The whole focus is changing, from lecturing at students to mentoring them.
This table really sums up the whole transformation. You can see the professor's role shifting from just being an information deliverer to being a mentor. You see assessment moving from old-school tests to real-world projects. And learning itself becomes this cool three-way collaboration between the teacher, the student, and the AI. So, let's circle all the way back. If the old golden ticket, that diploma, is losing its shine, what replaces it? What is the new golden ticket in this world?
And here it is. Here's the answer. The new golden ticket isn't one single thing. It's not a piece of paper. It's a living, breathing portfolio of skills you can prove, a deep understanding of AI, and, maybe most important of all, the ability to just keep learning for the rest of your life.
And all of this leaves us with the ultimate question, the one that every college and university now has to answer. In a world where information is practically free and powerful AI tutors are available to literally everyone, what is a university for? What unique value can it possibly provide that AI can't?
Look, this isn't just a moment of crisis, it's a moment of creation. The old model might be fading away, but that's clearing the ground for something new and maybe something better to be built. And for students, for educators, for all of us, the future of learning really does belong to those who are bold enough to create it.